Welcome to the PB Laser. We're introducing the sheet laser 7525. This happens to be a 60 kilowatt, so that basically means 24-foot long bed by 8 foot 2 inches wide. The whole space of the machine is 38 feet by 20 feet, and you're looking at a full floor plan of 48 foot wide by 37 feet long. So here I'm just showing that we're doing a test on some hardened steel. This is the equivalent of the AR400. And just giving you a walkover of the machine so you get a feeling of a 4x8 sheet on there. And there's your laser head on the inside. So you've got a cabinet on the outside, which is a 60 kilowatt. Here's your head. This is a bevel. And right now we're piercing 3.5 inch or basically 80 millimeter mild steel. And we're going to demonstrate the bevel in just about a minute. So you've got that sound where you've got the pierce. Sometimes it's almost like 2 pierces to get all the way through. I'll show you the piece at the end. Sorry about that reflection. And now you'll notice that the head is going to bevel to cut that 45-degree angle in this demo piece as we're setting up for a sample for a client and showing some cutting parameters and the results of those parameters. So dramatically less smoke, dramatically less dross than anything in plasma. And that, because that small piece, it just fell through the bottom. So now I'm moving the head back. You've seen that we've cut a bunch of different samples for different clients, quite a bit of heat with the 60 kilowatt. And I'll show you the piece here in just a second as we dig it up because it fell underneath. This is just in the test bed area as we're doing samples for clients on certain days or certain times of the month. So that's still pretty hot. You can see the smoke from the broomstick just melting it. But there's your cut parameters, settings that are set up. So we cut 1 or 2 test pieces, then we make sure all the parameters are fine and working properly, and then we can start cutting the production. There's a little bit of slag that just falls off there, etc. So that's still pretty hot right now, by the way. But that's your finish on the 60 kilowatt, and pretty clean. And actually, you're getting extremely accurate. You can't compare any of this to what plasma can get because you can determine the outcome that you want with the laser because the beam size is so small here. So there's your proof of your 3.5 inches. I think this is the 80 millimeter right now. And I'll show you a couple of pieces that were cut previously for different samples. So there you can see a bit of the pierce. It's cutting one time all the way through after the pierce. And you're using the pierce on the outside of the shape and then going in depending upon what you need. So if you're going to cut out a hole out of a shape, then you would make your pierce and move in on the inside. So now I'm cutting this larger piece. This is a hexagon piece. You hear that pierce sound. It's going through a couple times. And then once it's through, then you're going to be cutting the shape. So right now I'm cutting the inside out first. Notice that the pierce was in the waist piece, the inside that will fall through. This is not sped up. This is not manipulated in any way. You're looking at the actual cut speed using the 60 kilowatt right now. So that's pretty impressive on its own. You can see that you're going to be doing many times, 2 to 3 times the work of one plasma with one laser. So there's your pierce sound, your second, your first. And then you can see as it's going all the way through. And now you're going to cut out that hex shape. And you got a little bit of smoke, but that can be all vented out. But it's not nearly as much as what a plasma is, that's for sure. I'm changing directions here. And once this is cut out, I'll show you the exact piece that came out from here. Now this laser can also be used obviously on hardened steel AR400, AR500. That's a separate video. But this was just to show the cut quality on thicker pieces of material that can be very profitable when you're switching away from plasma. And you'll notice that the piece that I take out is the finished piece. I don't have any work to do predominantly on that piece. Here we go, it's about to fall through. That's incredible in terms of time. There's your piece there once it's cooled off. That's your actual piece that fell through with no manipulation, no handiwork done on it whatsoever. There's your caliper showing the thickness that you've got there. Thanks for watching.